January of 2021, my biggest fear came true. I was diagnosed with a very aggressive form of cancer called diffuse large B-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I had applied for a job that I knew for sure I was not going to get. I mean, I did not have any qualifications for this job. I didn't have the college experience. I didn't have the real world experience necessary. I just went out on a limb and applied. To my absolute bewilderment, they called me and they set up the first interview. I passed the first interview and they hired me. And so put yourself in my shoes. I'm like, holy shit. What do I do now? Because I got the job. I totally bullshitted my way through the interview. And I'm hired. There's got to be a catch. Well, there was. They sent me over the onboarding package, sent me a bunch of emails, a bunch of signing and dotting my name. And before I'm officially hired, I have to go in for a medical exam, a physical. Now, mind you, I'm 23 at the time. So I'm young. I've done this a million times at jobs in the past. The last thing I'm expecting is some kind of serious health issue to arise. You know, they just take a couple x-rays. They do a little minor stress test. You know, nothing big. So we get done with everything else. The last thing on the list is x-rays. So the lady takes me back to the x-ray room. She takes pictures of my chest area and my abdomen. And you know, like the x-ray technicians, they give you that whole spiel of, we'll let the doctor look at the results and then he'll get in touch with you and talk to you. Little did they know that I can see the reflection of the x-ray off the fucking wall. It's so bright, like the fucking tumor is so bright that it looks like she turns on a lamp. And I can faintly see off the wall that there's this mass in my chest that's glowing white. And you know how, like, whenever you're in total fear and shock, that your mind can, like, rationalize and convince yourself that, like, what's happening is not what's happening. I was in such disbelief that I was like, man, that's probably just, like, something, like my lungs or something. If you've ever seen an x-ray before, you know your lungs don't glow white, right? So deep down, I'm shook, but I don't want to admit it. And I knew something was up, obviously. So we get done with the x-rays. The nurse is taking me back to, I think she was doing blood pressure or something else. And I asked her, I'm like, so how did everything look? Everything looked good? And they're supposed to say, like, oh, we're going to let the doctor, take a look at it. And that's what she said at first. We were walking down the hallway. I asked her, I'm like, so does everything look good? And she's like, yeah, everything looks great aside from the massive knot in your chest. And it's like I could feel the blood run from my forehead down my neck. It's just like the fear just grabbed me by the neck and my stomach just dropped into my shoes. I had like such a visceral reaction of just fear. And even till this day, it's like I can taste it. It was horrible. But even then, my ass was like, oh, she's probably just fucking joking. I'm like, surely not. Like, that's how much in denial I was. I'm like, yeah, she's probably just fucking with me, And so, like, tell me why this bitch says, oh, I'm just kidding. I mean, that's literally what the fuck she says after scaring the absolute dog shit out of me. So I'm pissed off, but also at the same time, I'm, like, unbelievably relieved because I literally just had a goddamn ego death in the middle of the hallway of a fucking x-ray clinic. Like, you can imagine, like, the emotional roller coaster that I'm on right now. I just thought I had a tumor in my chest. I'm gonna die to, I'm fucking okay, everything's fine. Like, she's trying to hook me up to this blood pressure monitor, and I'm just, like, fucking shaking in fear. Like, my nervous system is just so fucking shot all to hell. Then I'll start calming down, because I'm like, oh, she was just fucking with me, right? So she brings me from the little vital check thingy machine past the nurse's station and into one of the rooms where you wait for the doctor to come talk to you. And that in and of itself right there should have shown me, like, okay, something's going on, because they don't do that if you're just getting a physical. Like, you do like all your fucking tests and everything, and you just go home. Like, you're not there to really talk to a doctor. But at the time, I was like so shook that I didn't realize, like, okay, this is something that's not good. And the next thing I know, I hear a man's voice at the end of the hallway talking about, I got to get on the phone with this patient. I got to call this patient. Hey, that patient we just had here, what's his phone number? And I hear the nurse that did all my vitals and my x-ray, I hear her say, I've already put him in the room for you. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. This doctor or physician's assistant or whatever he was, he sets me down and he's like, have you had any high blood pressure? Have you had any shortness of breath? Because I think he thought it was like lung cancer. I'm just like, no, I'm fucking freaking out. And he's like, come with me, I need to show you something. So I follow him out of the room. We walk into the hallway where they have the light where they hang up the x-ray images at. He's like, I need to show you this. He's like, this is a normal x-ray, and this is your x-ray. and this spot right here, this mass, is not supposed to be there. And I don't know if it was because like I was already so fucking, my nervous system, everything in my body was so fucked already. I literally just fucking pass out. I literally fucking pass out. He has to grab me. It's like in Breaking Bad whenever Walter White gets the news that he has lung cancer. That shit triggered me, by the way. I had to fucking skip that episode. But like the whole world just like tunes out and you hear this like tinnitus, like it's exactly what the fuck it's like. My hearing slowly comes back and I can hear him like faintly like, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. And he's trying to pull up a chair for me. And the next thing I know, I'm sitting back in that room that we just left, the one where I waited on him to, the one where my life so seemingly fell apart. And the next thing I know, I'm surrounded by like 3 or 4, no, it was like 5 people. And they're all like the higher up staff, and they're like doctors, and they're like, they're seniority, that's what I'm trying to say. And honestly, everything they were telling me was going in one ear and out the other. I could not focus on a single word that they were saying. I know that they said something like, you have a mass inside that looks like it's in your lung. You need to go to the ER right now for further imaging. Long story short, I went to the ER, I got the CT scan, and it revealed there was an 8-centimeter mass in between my heart and my lungs. And that mass was closing off the artery that drains blood to my lower extremities. So it was really fucking serious. Obviously, aside from the fact that it was cancer, right? But it had more immediate dire consequences that needed to get taken care of. So I had a chest surgery a month after that, fucking insurance. They removed the main tumor that was pressing on my heart that, was like about to fucking kill me. I had other tumors up my neck and in the other mediastinal area of my chest, other lymph nodes. It turned out to be a very aggressive form of cancer, diffuse large B-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So I went through 6 rounds of chemo, no radiation, thank God. So pretty much I found out that I had cancer on my birthday, January 31st. A month later in March is when I had the thing removed. And then I was in remission by November, and I had the confirmation after New Year's in January. So it was a year of 2021 that my life totally fucking changed. And I don't even know why I'm telling the story. I think I'm just telling it just to get it out of me. But it's just the principle, the overarching principle for me was, it's so crazy because this whole thing that I'm doing is for weight loss, is to change, identity change, belief system change, changing who you are as a person. And that's a really fucking hard thing to do. Because I had cancer. Like, I had essentially what's for most people, a lot of people, a death sentence. And I still didn't change. I still stayed the same. Even after cancer, I was still an alcoholic. Even after cancer, I was still morbidly obese. Even after cancer, I didn't do anything to change. It's like, maybe I was paralyzed. Like, maybe I was stuck in fear or something. I don't know. But I refuse to change. I refuse to give up my old ways. And I don't know. You figured that would, of anything, that would be the thing that changes you. You know what I'm saying? That would be the thing that throws a fucking wrench in the gears and wakes your ass up. But for me, it didn't. I continued to fucking live in my own bullshit even after that. I don't know, maybe I went through that for a reason. Maybe I went through that so I could help somebody, this video, it's a long ass video, I know a lot of people might not listen to it, but maybe for the person who does listen to it, I can be a inspiration and a hopeful example that, even when you think you're at the end of your road, even when you think that it's over and life's done and you've lived all that you can live, man, there might be a silver lining. Even when you think life's over, there might be a redemption. It might not be the end for you. There's always a little glimmer of hope. If you're going through cancer diagnosis right now, if you're going through addiction right now, just so you know, like, the human spirit is a very formidable opponent. Like, you're not some weakling. You're not some fucking pushover. Like, you have a drive within you that is insurmountable, that has propelled fucking millions of years of humanity to get to the point where it's at right now. And we can argue all day long about, well, life sucks. Well, I mean, you still can't deny that it keeps on going. Like, you still can't deny that no matter in your darkest fucking hour that the sun still came up the next day and you still fucking got moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't count yourself out. If you're going through something that's really fucking hard right now, you don't see how the hell you could overcome it. Don't count yourself out, man. It might be the difference of as minimal as a few extra hours. Like, you might wake up the next day and motherfucker, you own the day. You know, it's just the principle of what I'm trying to say is don't give up on yourself. Especially, man, when it feels like life is impossible. Because it's never really impossible. It's just the way you perceive it at the time. Anyways, this video is long as hell. And I'm going to have a lot to cut out. It's going to be like 11 minutes long. Sorry. I do apologize. I love you very much, family. And, you know, just be well. You know, blessings to you. And if you're, like I said, man, if you're going through some hard shit, man, just keep going. Because I'm sitting here as a testament to you that it is possible to see the sun shine again. Yep. Love you, family. Bless you. And remember, there ain't nothing to it but to do it. Peace.